Lady back with another video, and this is the Housewives of Potomac review, season 3, episode 15. I do apologize for it being so late. I went out Sunday night, didn't get home till later, and yeah. It was just too much to record, and I had a busy day today. We had our final freshman orientation. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. I had to turn the air off, so I'm like a little hot. So, we had that today, so I'm just not filming this, so I know y'all getting this super late. But let's get on with the review, shall we? So the show picks back up with the girls in the hallway leaving to head out to the excursion. You all know that all the girls were ready with the exception of Robin. And Giselle was letting the girls know that Robin was going to take a little while and that they should go on. So, last episode left off with Giselle and Karen bickering back and forth. So Candace pulls Karen off, and the girls take off to their excursion. 35 minutes later, here comes Robin, and she's like, the girls just left, and what happened? And then Giselle said, well, I told them, we could wait on you. Girl, bye. They set that up on purpose because they did not want to be bothered. So the girls are heading off to the distillery. And Sharice was saying, that was a bit to do so early in the morning that they had their elevated voices going. Monique is disappointed about Giselle and Robin, not coming along for the first event of the day. She said, she was trying to bring everybody together. She was just trying to show them a different side of her, and yet they are, off doing their own thing. So Robin and Giselle walks around the area, and they decide to stop and get some chocolate crepes. Robin was reminiscing about the time when her and Juan had went to Europe back in 2007. And she said they had such a good time. They showed Robin and Juan, taking in the sights, shopping at Gucci. And she said they had always made plans for them to come back, but once they financial situations hit, they wasn't able to. So Monique was telling Ashley that she's, wait a minute, because I didn't scribble across my notes. Okay, never mind. The rest of the girls arrived to the distillery, and they allowed Monique to stomp the plants that are going to be used to make the oil. They was making the oil. Meanwhile, let me see. I'm sorry. Monique pretty much tells Ashley that she's shocked that, she didn't go off with, Robin and Giselle. Ashley said she was invited, but, she really wanted to take in the, the site, take in and be a participant within the, the plans that were made for the day. So they get dressed and they are going to go through the distillery and do the activities to show how these essential oils are made. Meanwhile, Giselle and Robin are moving about the town. They are actually recapping, what happened the night before and what happened right before she came. So, Giselle is making it seem like the girls didn't want to wait on her, which we all know that was true, but we know, Giselle was just pushing them off, so they could go off and do their things. So they hop into a car and they head into the downtown area, and all the girls do eventually meet back up. Robin had the nerve to come to the group and say, y'all just left me. And the girls were like explaining what happened. Candace like, that's not true, because I was the main one saying, well, can we all just wait on her if it's not going to take too long? And Sharisa said the same thing. So Giselle did finally admit that she kind of, fudge that situation up, because it was true. The girls did want to wait on them. So the group is now back together. They decided to stop for a gelato and some coffee. And then they eventually make it to the actual perfume shop. The lady is showing them how to, pull the perfume together. Giselle is taking digs, and she was just, well, Karen can just simply just order, get this so-called machine and just make the fragrance. Karen is telling Giselle that, she is, the fragrance is going to be outsourced, and, she don't got time for Giselle shenanigans. And that was pretty much it with that. So the lady does invite Karen and Sharice to the back to discover more of the scents and how things are put together. She did offer the ladies a peace offering. She allows them to take a candle of their choice. Meanwhile, the ladies are getting ready for that. So that's that for that day. And Karen seemed like she found the opportunity to visit very beneficial in her moving forward with her fragrance. So the ladies are getting ready for a dinner outing. They look really cute. The outfits, everybody looks cute in their own unique way. Monique is saying, can we just get along tonight since we kind of messed things up last night? So Karen tells Giselle she wasn't throwing sly remarks. She was just simply asking her a question, because she asking a question and she's actually proud of her. Giselle claimed that she was being genuine about the asking her about the fragrance, because what happened is they went to the scent event and they hadn't heard about it since. So she was just asking a question, but she felt like Karen was, throwing digs and asking her about her business partners. Karen says she's going through a lot and she's real sensitive right now. And then Giselle noticed that Karen did not have her ring on. Karen said she did not want to wear her ring at this moment in France. And Ashley said she is lying. Ashley said Karen's always want us to support her and be in her corner when they don't really know what the hell is going on, because she keeps a lot of things bottled up into herself. Ashley then goes on to say Ray is packing up and moving packing up and moving to Florida with or without Karen. Karen states that Ray wants to retire in Florida. However, she likes Maryland. So she said they are, just discussing what the next plans are, and they are fine. Karen apologized to Giselle, and they decided to just go ahead and let it go. So Ashley moves on and she continues to be messy. She told Monique that Sharice said some things about her and that Sharice was not feeling her. Ashley was like, Ashley was saying that Sharice brought up that Monique was trying to use Sharice's contacts to get into Potomac. Sharice says she is lying, but leave it up to old Bravo to do flashbacks about all the conversations that Sharice was having concerning her issues and concerns with Monique. Bravo is good for flashbacking on that, and letting you know what the real deal is. So Sharice says she is lying. Giselle said, Sharice, you agreed. Giselle even chimed in and said, now, Sharice, you agreed with me about Monique taking your contacts. Monique said, she is married to a well-known football player. She has her own contacts. She's trying to make her own name. She don't need Sharice's contacts. She don't need her to jumpstart in Potomac. So Sharice said, Sharice told Ashley she's pretty much making a mess out of nonsense, and this she's making she was saying. Sharice said that Ashley was making a mess out of nonsense. But Mo was like, this did not even, Monique was like, I just talked to Sharice. This did not come up in our conversation at all. And she said now she's confused because she thought they was off to, they was better. They had to understand it and they was moving forward. But now she's confused. Robin was like, did you talk to Monique about bringing Kendall around? And Monique said she would never bring Kendall around to spite Giselle, even though her and Giselle don't talk or at odds. She said she would never do that. Monique said that was not true. Robin said, just admit it. And Monique said that was Sharice that wanted to bring Kendall around because apparently Sharice has the longer friendship with Kendall versus Monique. Giselle said, Giselle said, you brought Kendall around. Giselle said, did you bring Kendall around to spite me, Sharice? Sharice said she invited Giselle and Kendall to her hurricane event. Giselle just did a drive-by and Kendall simply did not show up. So, they never ended up in the same place for something that she had. However, Monique did, what she said. However, Monique did her own meddling and took things a little further. Candace mentioned that she was offended when she was trying to open up. She brought back up the conversation the night before. She pretty much said she was offended because she was trying to open up and explain, her ups and downs with her Chris. And she feels like, and however, Giselle started laughing again. Monique did apologize for her part in it, and they were good. So the girls, the worker of the restaurant comes and tells the girls to respectfully leave the place because they are closed. So the ladies are back at the hotel. They're in the lobby. They taking drinks, having drinks. Ashley's just saying she just can't read Karen, and she said she could tell that they are from two different, generations. She said she's from the, she's from the millennials where you're open, you share things, and she said, Karen is pretty much old and closed-minded. It's day 3 in France, and the girls are doing their own thing. Ashley and Robin are at the pool, and Candace and Karen are at some restaurant. Candace says she feels like the ladies are not taking her seriously. Karen says she told Candace from the beginning to not tell all her business, and she needs to when she's having a conversation, she needs to take ownership. Sharice then pulls up and she jumps right on into the conversation, and she said, Candace, you kind of brag on yourself. And Candace like, that is not true. And then Candace like, that's not true. But Karen said, you have a beauty pageant of you. She said, we all have a beauty pageant oral about us, but, it's a way to bring it out and not be so over the top with it. So Candace started crying. She said she feels rejected. She feels like she had to prove herself. And Sharice is pretty much telling her, you don't have to prove yourself. Just let things and relationships grow organically. Monique ends up inviting Giselle over for breakfast and to talk. Giselle was kind of hesitant, but she joins her. And Monique had a lot of things on her mind. And then the conversation goes on to Kendall. Giselle said you was being shady, and Monique, you was being a hater as always. Giselle said you took a shot and missed. When I take a shot, I don't miss. I'm like a ninja ready to blow your face off. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. It wasn't a lot going on, just a lot of unnecessary back and forth bickering. So we will move on as next week they will continue their time in France. So like I said, to me it was kind of dry, even though they're out of town. Maybe they'll do some more things. It'll get a little more spectacular, but I I do feel sorry for Candace because I feel like she is trying to relate and fall in place and find her way amongst the women, and she's having a hard time. And then she even mentioned that, this is her first time she's been away from Chris for like a long extended amount of time. So she's missing Chris. She's trying to find her way. So I think they don't give Candace her just due at times. Giselle, I just think Giselle and Robin are just being mean and vicious. But in the episode, you even mentioned when they did meet back up with Giselle and Robin when the girls split up, Monique did come up to them and hug them and greet them and show them love. So Monique really is trying, you guys, to make amends, but yeah, I don't know. So how many of you all think that Sherman disappeared because he caught a whiff of that Kendall was going to show up in a few episodes of this season? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it might not all be about him and Giselle lack of communication. I just think that he pulled away knowing that his ex-wife was now going to be a part of this show somewhat. But that is it. That is all. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Have a good evening.